Hi there. Thanks for sending the Chapter 2 work. Let's take a look at the data that you have and the data that needs to be changed. So I'm going to start on your hourly sales Monday sheet. Your Monday sheet is perfect. It's exactly laid out as we had worked through in class. Some of the things we did are, so we made sure that our data was converted to a table. Yours is, I can see that because when I click within the table, I have active the Table Tools Design tab, so that's perfect. You've applied the filter. We applied that filter during class to show only the morning time, so that's correct. Because it's a table, we have turned on this table row. You have it turned on, which is exactly what you need. Notice that your total row uses the subtotal function to sum up the data above. And because it's a table total row, for us, it's summing up the filtered data from the table, which is exactly what we want to see. Beneath that, we have the total row, which we manually put in using the AutoSum feature. So it is still summing all of the data above it. And that's exactly right. We wanted to show the difference between those two features. Okay, go ahead and click on Sunday. Your Sunday sheet is well done. There's just a couple of corrections that need to be made. First of all, on the Sunday sheet, this data should not be as a table. We want to remove the table so that we can see the difference. So for example, because yours is a table, you have a total row, and I can show that to you here under the Design tab. You have your total row turned on, and we want to remove that. So here's what I want you to do. Click anywhere within your table, go to the Table Tools Design tab. At the left-hand side, click Convert to Range. So what this is doing, it's removing that table feature and our data will just be a normal range. Go ahead and click yes to that. All right, when we remove the table, the subtotal function remains behind. So that's okay, we're going to remove that. So go ahead and select B29 all the way through O29. From the Home tab, on the right-hand side, you're going to choose the clear down arrow and choose Clear Contents. We're going to leave the formatting. We're only going to remove the contents. Okay, now we're going to select B6 all the way through O28 through O28. I don't know if you can see that on my screen. I'll scroll over a little bit here. Oh, it won't go for me. There it is. I'm through O28, not O29, just O28. Now from the AutoSum command, I'm going to choose the sum function, and it will populate it below the data. So if I click on B29, now I see that sum function. And that's the difference. It's tricky. We're turning on a table, we're turning off a table. We're using a total row, we're turning off a total row. And we just want you to be able to see the difference there. In the real world, they both do the same thing, right? They're adding up the data above. But just play with that to get comfortable with the difference. All other work on the Sunday sheet is perfect. Okay, let's go over to weekly sales. Again, an excellent job here. All the steps we applied in class are completed. There's just a couple of corrections that I want you to make. So at the end of the night, we applied conditional formatting to cell I9. And I see you have that cell formatting applied, conditional formatting applied to J9. So what I want you to do is click once on J9, select your format painter, so click once to turn it on, and apply it to I9. All right, now go ahead and click on J9 again. When you apply it, it'll work. It should work just fine. When you click on J9, from your Home tab, choose Conditional Formatting and Manage Rules. And then we're going to delete this rule because it should have been to I9. So I'm going to go ahead and select this rule, and I'm going to choose Delete Rule. Now, while we're here, we're going to, well, actually, yeah, go ahead and click OK. Let's follow the steps from the book, so the way the book does it. So while we're on J9, you're going to choose Conditional Formatting, Icon Sets, and you're going to choose the 3 arrows. So the 3 arrows normally do the highest is green, the middle is yellow, and the bottom is red. We're going to modify this. All right, so back up to conditional formatting, manage rules. Here's our new icon set rule. Select our icon set and click Edit Rule. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to change the yellow arrow to a red down arrow. And we're going to change the bottom red arrow to be no icon, no cell icon. All right, the first rule, we want this rule to be greater than or equal to cell C31. Change the type to number. It's not a percentage. We want it to be a number. Oh, rats, it took my value away. Okay, now add your value, equals C31. Then for the red arrow, we're going to say the type is number, and the value we're going to set at 0. So when it's greater or equal to 0. So make sure that you've edited your rules for the conditional formatting, and then go ahead and click OK. Oh, darn it, I did this last night in class too. Go ahead and click OK to that warning. Do you remember last night I forgot to make it an absolute reference? So in the value box, make sure it says equals $C $31. It has to be an absolute reference. All right, now click OK. Gets me every time. Click OK again, and then notice the green arrow. That's the conditional formatting I want to see. Then your work will be perfect, ready to submit. You don't have to submit it before class. We'll submit it during class, and then we'll move on to our next set of work. Email me back if you have any other questions.